is this quote. My friend's mom said, "Oh, Chris, honey," she explained, "you and your family won't be able to afford one of these cars."
Yeah.
What's the conversation about that?
Yeah, yeah. So this was we all have these kind of anchoring and shaping moments inside of our lives. And I remember I was riding in the car with a friend of mine and his parents, and we were driving on the highway, and then this car just zooms past us. And it was a 1994 Chevy Camaro. Now it was a sports car, and that's when they had just changed the body shape of this car. And I mean, it looked like a spaceship that came by. And I mean, my heart just sunk. I just saw this beautiful car, and I said, "Oh man, I want one of those one day." And she politely said to me, she says, "Oh, Chris, your family, you'll never be able to afford one of those type of cars." Now, she
Mhm.
wasn't saying that in any type of
Yeah.
mean way. I think it was just a casual comment of, or maybe just trying to temper expectations because it was out of reach of where we were at financially at the time, and I remember that moment so clearly. And it was it was a moment that made me pause, but it was a moment that also made me dream. Because what happened in that moment was, I began to ask the question of myself, well, why not? I mean, there's many of you right now that have had things that you've shared that you desired, that you want, that you could have, that you've seen, and then someone comes in and says, well, that's not for you. And for me, I always ask the question, why not me? Why not me? When you see the large home, when you see the whatever it is that you want, and it's not about material things at all, it's about that desire that's put inside of you. And if that desire is put inside of you, I believe that that is real and it's obtainable if you have clarity on it, if you begin to take the action steps to become the person worthy of whatever that thing may be. But yeah, I remember that moment very clearly, and what that thought, but it really caused a why not moment for me.
Wow. Wow. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing it. Anne is saying, as an educator and avid reader, I appreciate the layered learning. That makes a lot of sense. I think every one of us should think about that. I completed my John Maxwell coaching certification through layered learning. Right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that, Anne.